This podcast is sponsored by MPB. All right, everyone, welcome along back to the Anomalies podcast with your host, Wildlife with Cookie,
Jacob,
Rachel. Right, we got there. Right, I thought we were going to put a bit more on it, to be honest. I put a little bit on myself, and you just shouted your names. So
that's what we meant to do.
We did the get to know in this first one, didn't we? You just shouting.
That's okay.
Yeah. All right. We're straight into it. Jacob. Rachel.
It works.
No, I suppose it did work a little bit. Right. So anyway, welcome along back to this UK-based wildlife podcast.
Yeah.
How have you been, guys, since the last one? I haven't seen you in a few days. You all right?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
Good here.
Yeah. Good. Right. I'm glad the chat's popping this morning.
It's too early.
You guys, if you're watching, you might see it's 9 o'clock in the morning. These two haven't woken up. It's madness.
I haven't.
I feel like a morning radio DJ with the night shift.
Yeah.
This is what's going on. Huh?
It's just a bit early.
Okay. Right. Good. Well, anyway, what have you been up to? Anything, either of you? Or
Not much, to be honest.
no?
Quite boring, to be honest.
Before we get into it, though, this podcast is sponsored by MPB. MPB is the largest global platform to buy, sell, and trade used photography and videography equipment. It is a fantastic platform which you can find yourself some DSLR cameras, some drones, some action cameras, whatever you need to go and be creative. MPB will have it there just for you. I've used it myself. I got a Canon R5 and a 100 to 500 millimeter lens, and it was absolutely amazing. And on average, people that buy from MPB will be spending nearly a third less than if they were to buy new. So for me, it makes sense. Get yourself over to MPB. But anyway, back to the podcast. I've been at the BBC, eh?
Yeah.
BBC. Are you excited about that now?
Yeah. I wish I could have gone as well, but
Yeah. So I got an invite, right? It was a weird one. I was walking around a place called Drake at Water. I was looking for a long-tailed duck, which is quite rare in this country. Don't really get to see them very often. They usually stay a bit offland in the sea and that, but this one's in a reservoir. So I went looking for that. As I was walking around, I got this email, which I thought was spam at first.
yeah.
Turns out it's not. It wasn't spam. It was the real deal, the BBC. And they said to me, Cookie, do you want to come to this screening of the new Wild Isles series that is with David Attenborough? And I was like, what? What do you mean? Wild Isles. So basically, to explain it, Wild Isles is like Blue Planet or Frozen Planet, you know, those sort of the planet things.
Big budget.
Yeah.
BBC documentaries.
Big budget documentary from the BBC, right? But it's focused entirely on UK wildlife. So to me, I was like, oh my God, this is right on my street.
They're just stealing our job, basically.
Yeah, so we're out of business. This is not very good. Or it could make our business boom.
It could do, yeah.
Could do.
Could do.
We'll have to see. But it was, so I got the invite, and we recorded episode 2 Thursday. The next day, Friday, I was down in London with the big wigs, you know, his. Went to this really fancy hotel. Like, this thing was £500 a night.
Yeah.
£500 a night. And like,
Your budget, that one.
Easy money.
honestly, I was like, Jesus. You know, like it's an expensive place when it's got its own cinema, right?
Yeah.
Like it's in the basement sort of thing. Probably 40 people cinema. I was like, this thing's massive. Like it's really smart, swanky. Everything on the inside looks like what you do, like an American's wet dream of what London looks like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Just posh and, you know what I mean, fancy and that. Yeah. So obviously, and then after that, I can't really tell you what happened. I'm under embargo, so I can't actually say anything, which is really useful for the podcast. But
was it good though?
it is wicked.
Yeah.
I cried.
Hey guys, if you're enjoying, guys, if you like the Wild Times, check us out on Patreon. We put out 4 extra podcasts per month.
That's one commute a week that you're just going to be laughing and learning the whole time in the car. Hey, let me do something else. This is the late night content, the stuff that we can't show on YouTube because they'll kick us off YouTube.
It's the Cinemax of podcasts. Uncensored, raw dog. It's the Cinemax of podcasts. Check it out. Link right here.
But when I'm not under an embargo, I'll talk about it, obviously. But it's I'm not allowed at all. So it was sick. Like, so we sat down to watch it. There's all these like other people in there. And it was really cool. Sat down to watch it. And I was just like, I think there was a certain clip in there, and I just started crying. I was like, this is like, because I love the UK wildlife. as I'm sure you do.
Oh, yeah.
Do you?
Sure.
Yeah. And but I was watching it thinking, this is what I do. And to see it big budget in the style that you're so familiar seeing with, like, I don't know, Africa or something, or those other interesting places, to see it in the UK, I was like, this is sick. I was just like crying watching this thing. But yeah, I'm not allowed to talk about anything that happened. I don't even think I'm allowed to talk about the Q&A that happened afterwards. So proper strict, not allowed to talk about it. But just know I had a really good time. And when that comes out, you're going to love it. It's wicked.
Did they have nice food?
The food?
The most important thing.
No, well, I guess so. It was like a fruit platter and pastries. And there were so many people in this room, though. There was like 30, 40 people in this room. So it was like sardines proper. And I didn't know anybody. So I was sort of stood around like a bit of a loner, just sort of looking around. So I thought, you know what, I'll grab a little bowl, get some fruit. So I took some pineapple and strawberries into a little bowl, bit of yogurt.
Nice.
And I just stood there on my own, like, just took it and like, no one here for me. I thought I'd know someone. No one at all. But obviously, like, the BBC publicists knew who I was because they're the ones who invited me. So at least they made me feel a bit special. But it was awkward for me anyway. I got mad social anxiety in that room, and I was like, I can't bring myself to talk to these people because I have no idea. But everyone just, like, it was weird because everyone just sort of walks up to someone and is like, well, you do then. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just there like, I'm just going to keep myself to myself. Did meet a really interesting woman though.
Yeah.
Called Lizzie Outside on Instagram or something, or it might be everything. So she was really unassuming at the start, didn't really say a lot about herself. I came to find out this woman is the first ever woman to paddleboard across the channel, and I was like, why have you not said that?
That's a long time standing up, that is.
Isn't it? I don't know how long it took her or anything, but like that is mental. What an achievement. She's also got an MBE. Do you know what I mean? Just didn't want to drop that into the conversation. I'm chatting like an idiot to her, and she's just like this really, like, quite, I don't know, like, successful person.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I just look like a right mug compared to you. You've actually, like, proper done things with your life, innit? Like, she's really impressive. She's really lovely as well. I've got a lot of time for her. Lizzie, big up. If she's watching, she's not watching, but big up anyway. Well, you never know. You never know. I'll just send it her. I'll send her the little clip. Lizzie, a legend. But yeah, no, she was really nice. So that was it basically. And anything else, I can't talk to you about it. So sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Yeah. So oh well. No, what did you say? Did you say something? I'll just ignore you.
I said that's pretty rubbish.
Oh right,
you can talk about it.
Yeah, I didn't hear what you said. You know, it's one of them where he's like, you just don't hear, so you just ignore it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't important. That's fine. Right. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about Clarkson's Farm. Just come out, second series. Have you seen it?
Seen the first couple episodes.
In the last episode.
Right. Rachel just thought she'd skip it. Just I can't bother.
I got home from work last night, and then they were like, "Oh, we're just gonna watch Clarkson's Farm then," and I said, "Without me," and then realised it was the last episode. So I watched the last one. I will catch up and watch the rest.
Yeah. So what do you think of it, mate?
I really like it. Like,
it's good, isn't it?
Good, yeah.
It's really good. And like the first series obviously went mega popular. But this one, I think it's just carried on in exactly the same fashion.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed, man. It's so good. But the only complaint I have, in the first series, there was a little bit about rewilding in the UK and like helping wildlife and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't feel like in the second one there was anything about it, unless it was about bees or wildflowers, and even that was like less than a minute long. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was my only complaint, but that's like obviously because what I'm into and that. And they had it in the first series. But I just watching it, I was thinking, this is mental. What farmers have got to put up with, just like they don't make any money. Like he's walking around like, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Like there's just no way anyone. And like, you can see the people, other farmers, and you're like, they must be having such a hard time. Like, have you seen that yet? There's like one little bit where this woman, her cows get like tuberculosis, and she can't.
I haven't seen that bit yet. No.
Your farm gets shut down basically, and you can't do anything. And this woman's basically like.
Spoiler. He hasn't watched it yet. You told him.
Oh, but like
I know what happens on farms though. I've grown up with them all life.
Yeah, so it's like, but it's not. I suppose it's not really a spoiler. It's just like you learn about one person's effects, like farming's had, and like obviously there is a bigger segment about tuberculosis and whatever, and the cows and stuff. But it's just mad to think that like these farmers, their whole livelihood gets shut down because of a badger. which is pretty crazy.
Well, think about like foot and mouth disease when that was big. Like, can't remember what year that was. I think it was before I was born though.
Yeah.
But like, apparently, yeah, like all the farms were shut down then.
That's crazy, isn't it? Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, watching it, I just think this is insane. The stuff that these people have got to put up with is absolutely unbelievable, and the government doesn't help them whatsoever.
Yeah, they're like the most necessary
Honestly,
people in the country.
Like, without farms, what are you going to do? What are you going to eat? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's just ridiculous. But I don't know. I watched it and I thought it was really good. So, like, you people listening or watching right now, definitely get on that.
No, yeah.
Really interesting, really good stuff. It's funny as well. Like, whatever you think about Jeremy Clarkson, he does produce good TV.
No, yeah, he does.
He just gets it, man. He really understands like comedy. I would say he's just so funny. Everything's hilarious. Who's your favorite character out of it? Who's your favorite person in the show?
Obviously his name's Geraldine, but is that his name?
Yeah, it's Gerald, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gerald, yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
he's a legend.
His name.
I don't know,
I
but
think so.
Gerald and Geraldine. Gerald, yeah, the guy who just sort of, and everyone's like, what's he just?
So he's over the radio.
Yeah.
This is noise.
Yeah, honestly, there was that one bit in the second series. I don't know if it's seen it, but Caleb tells Gerald to go and have a go at Jeremy through the radio, and he's standing there at the bottom of the tractor through the radio, shouting at him. And obviously, it's like, what are you saying? Oh, it's so funny. But no, I love it. So, Gerald for you, same for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gerald for me as well. What a legend. Legend of the game. Anyway, shall we go on to the news, Rachel?
I can't remember what the song was, but
Right, good. That was, I don't think it was that.
no, it wasn't.
What was it? I don't remember either.
I can't remember.
It's the news.
Yeah, is that?
All right, good. Rach, what are you doing?
Sorry.
Honestly, shocking. How's the full camera on everything?
It's not me coughing this time as well.
Honestly, embarrassing, you two. Flipping heck.
Sorry.
My God. Right, shall we, you ready? Coming back to you. You ready?
Yeah.
The news, go for it.
It's the news.
Dun, dun. Go on then. Read us, what have you got today? Read us off what you've got.
I've got.
Oh my God. Come on.
So I've got. So again, these are my titles.
Yeah.
Cold monkeys.
Cold monkeys.
Wallaby up over, as opposed to
What?
wallabies down under.
Oh, wallaby up over. Okay.
Madagascar.
Wait. Madagascar. Yeah.
Shrinking rhinos.
Shrink. Yeah.
Thor joking me.
Thor joking me.
Yep.
I know what that's about.
You've,
Idea as well.
you've trout to be kidding me.
Good.
Utterly ridiculous.
Good.
Beav in the big city.
Beav in the big city. What takes your fancy out of them, mate? What do you want to hear out of all of them top headline news?
I mean, I want to know what shrinking rhinos are.
Shrinking rhinos.
Like, what's going on?
Hit us with the shrinking rhinos, Rachel.
Right.
Are you there? You ready?
Yep.
Right, go on. Tell us about the shrinking rhinos while I crack open a Red Bull.
Rhino horns have shrunk over the past century,
Is that it?
essentially.
So the rhinos aren't getting smaller?
No, just the horns are.
Oh, well, that was very boring. Is that it?
But it's just the years of hunting. So obviously, it's limited the amount of rhinos. Is that the right word?
Poaching and all that.
Yeah. But because they cut off their horns, it means that their horns are just gradually getting smaller.
Because they're not using them as much as they
Oh no,
would do it from
because the ones with larger horns are getting
dead.
targeted, so the genes are gone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
The
yeah.
ones with
Makes
small
sense.
horns, they're not like as
Yeah.
big a target.
Yeah,
So
true.
they're
The gene pool's getting all messed up, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, we're just limiting it.
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
on. Shrinking rhinos then. I thought it was going to be like
no, sorry.
some weird stuff was happening with the rhinos and that.
No, it is a bit messy.
But it's actually quite sad. Instead, the rhinos are getting poached. Nah,
Yeah.
that's quite sad.
Yeah. So basically, there's a picture here. Look, with a rhino and its massive horn.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And if you look at a rhino now,
That says that's the president from what's it?
don't know, but if you look at this one, even that one's like so much smaller.
Yeah, it's just a stump on the end of its nose, isn't it? Well, it's still quite big, but like in compared to that is massive.
Yes, Roosevelt.
Yes, it's President Roosevelt in 1911. What's he gonna do that for? Trophy hunting, idiot. Sad. Did they have? Was it called trophy hunting back then, or
Well, yeah,
what was it?
I don't know. It probably was.
Well, it's a bit sad anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah, I don't like that.
not all rhinos are small ones though. Like, I mean, let me just put up an image of the one I saw.
So there's
Yeah.
less than 30,000 rhinos living in the wild today now.
And the horns are getting smaller.
Yeah.
That's really quite sad.
At the start of the 20th century, there was over 500,000.
Jesus, really? Mate, that has right dropped off. That's really sad, though. So I'm glad at 9 o'clock in the morning you've come with real sad news stories.
You're welcome.
That's not what I was expecting. After reading all those headlines out to us, I thought we were going to get some exciting ones. Shrinking rhinos sounded like a bit of fun. Shrinking rhinos was not fun.
No. And sorry, it was a bit misleading as well because it's just actually their horns rather than them.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Should we move on to the second one, or have you found what you were going to talk about?
No, I actually have the picture on my phone. It's on my laptop.
Right. Good. Because
Yeah, that was really helpful.
just be sat there quiet on his phone, looking professional as he was looking for something to talk about.
Oh, yeah, when I was in South Africa,
Yeah.
there's one rhino there that had a massive ass horn.
Really proper.
Yeah.
Massive ass horn.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing, isn't it? What is that, euphemism or what?
Nah.
Ass horn. Imagine if their horns were backwards. Imagine if their horns came out of their bums.
Not this interview.
Yeah, imagine. That would be weird, wouldn't it? Just like the stub on the head, like here, but there was this gigantic.
So a tail, it's the horn.
Yeah, forget it being a tail, mate. Just this big prong sticking out of it. That would be. Yeah, imagine a rhino reversing into you. That would be a bit awful, wouldn't it?
I mean, without massive horn, I don't think I would want a rhino reversing into.
But yeah, honestly, quite big and articulated. It's like a mobile tank, isn't it? In terms of like it can run.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like, it'd be pretty weird, wouldn't it? Seeing it, like a bit like like a dog's tail, but just a big bone-looking thing, keratin and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pretty awful. Right, should we go on to the second part of the news? We got another one.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you can remember
If you
from
want
that?
me to read them again, I can.
No, we haven't got time. What? Anything you remember? What did you pick? Shrinking rhinos. Oh, it's in my pick then.
Yeah.
Madagascar. That sounds like
You just let me find that.
right. Good. So Madagascar sounded like a bit of fun to me. It's a
Okay.
good play on the word anyway. Madagascar. Oh no, it's going to be sad, isn't it? It's going to be
Yeah,
sad.
it just disappeared.
No.
Don't know. What it is.
Madagascar's just disappeared. It's vanished.
So-
Madagascar has gone.
It would take 23 million years for evolution to replace Madagascar's lost animals.
Good. We got another sad one.
It's a really nice way to start the morning.
Honestly, this is shocking.
You've picked them.
Not only
Were there any-
turned up late this morning, you've also come at us with sad news. Is every bit of news you've got sad?
Yeah. So it would take 23 million years for evolution to replace Madagascar's endangered mammals if they go extinct, basically.
So it's quite a unique ecosystem, isn't it?
Look at them little.
Is basically what you're saying.
Same as Australia, where they've just been separated for so long.
Yeah.
Some,
It's pretty mad, isn't it? Because I know about the red ruff lemur, obviously, is in a bit of danger.
well, all of them are.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So that's sad, mate, to be honest. I'm glad you've come at us with this. What can you do about it in this day and age, you know? Like, when
Stop
you,
deforestation.
yeah, we can obviously try and stop it, but how? What are we going to do? Like, as a collective species, because I think the problem is money's too much of a factor, isn't it?
Money and greed.
Yeah, so it's like, well, at what point, what do you do? How do you stop it? Like, what can we actually do? Like, if I was in charge of the world, I'd obviously put a ban to it, and you'd be in big trouble if you entered into any of that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? We spoke about it,
Yeah. I mean,
we spoke about it before. Like, you're getting death penalty. Mess with animal, death penalty. Do you know what I mean? Firing squad. That's a bit grim, isn't it?
just get rid of the entire world's population.
Yeah. You start logging, I'm gonna blast you. Like, you start doing deforestation, you're going to prison.
Oh no, you pull a branch off a tree, dead. It's like it's extreme.
What do you mean that leaf's gone off the tree? God, you're going prison, 5-year, big penalty. No, I wouldn't be. Yeah, I would be like that actually. I'd be very
So
strict.
the entire world's population is basically in prison or dead under your ruling.
Yeah, I get to live a great life. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Well, would you not be like that though?
No,
You
yeah,
definitely would. We
oh,
spoke
no,
about it
yeah.
before.
Well, mine was even more extreme than yours.
Yeah, it
We
was.
can't
Yeah.
go into that, but you know,
Can we just explore it a little bit? Because I had this conversation with him in.
there's all in Scotland.
We were in Scotland
Yeah.
just before Christmas, like in the camper van driving around and that. And we were driving from Cairngorms to the Isle of Mull. And we were having a conversation about like what the world should be like and how our ideals would be. Go for yours, mate. What would it be like?
Pretty much humans are gone. I didn't get rid of them.
Yeah, it was a bit more. He wants to go back to a tribal sort of format.
Yeah.
Can't say it all.
Well, what a like an ideal world for me anyway. Like we're all back in like in tune with nature and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just living in harmony with it all.
You're not saying what you said to me in the van. You're not saying it at all. He was basically saying,
More, family friendly.
he was saying, we're no money. Money's not a thing. You have to fight for everything. There's going to be wars everywhere.
Okay, not quite fight for everything, but you know.
There are territories. Everyone's got to fight. All of this stuff. And,
Okay, you're getting even more extreme than I remember.
that's what you were definitely saying. It was late and you were a bit tired, I reckon. So I think he was just going for it.
A massive thank you to our sponsor of the podcast, MPB.
Big sponsor. Rach, what are we saying? They good?
They're amazing. They're the place to be if you want to pick up a used bit of photography or video.
Rach, can I get a drone?
You can get a drone.
Can I get DSLRs?
You can get a DSLR.
And on average, how much could I be saving?
You could be spending up to a third less than if you were to buy new.
That sounds mad to me.
Head over to MPB if you want to catch yourself some deals.
That was wicked. Nice one. Enjoy the podcast. Right, let's talk about something that's actually quite interesting for the rest of this episode, because we're obviously talking about big cats in the UK today. That's one of the big topics. What are you looking at me like?
Well, I thought I was doing more news, but carry on.
No, we've done the news.
Okay.
We ran out of time. I told you, if you weren't late today, we'd have had lots of news to be covered, but you were late. Shocking. Right, anyway, okay, so we're talking about the Dangerous Wild Animals Act in the UK. This is very relevant for big cats in the UK, because the Dangerous Wild Animals Act, I don't know if many countries have this, right?
I think quite a few do.
America, does it? Or is it like really easy just to...
I think it's easy, but they have like a dangerous animal.
Well, ours is quite strict, right? And it came into play in 1976, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Before 1976, you could own any animal you wanted without question. There was literally, if you wanted a lion, you could have it. You wanted a leopard, you could have it. You wanted elephant, difficult, but you could have it. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah.
It's that sort of thing. And like, it was insane, right? There's like loads of videos, which we would have shown you on YouTube, of like people in London. There's like a famous one of this woman in London walking a leopard.
No, yeah.
How crazy is that? Imagine at that time, like...
It would have been a cool time to be alive, though.
Yeah,
like just being able to go out of your house and there's just people riding an elephant, like walking their pet lion.
But like, if you ask your parents about this over a certain age, I've asked my parents about this, and they said, "Oh yeah, so and so used to walk his lion to the post office," and I'm like, "What?"
No,
I
yeah.
just find it mad that you could go to Harrods in London and just buy a tiger.
Yeah.
No,
Harrods in London. Yeah, it's stuff like that. It's just absolutely insane for me to think that was a thing. And obviously, as long as we've been alive, it's not been a thing, right?
Yeah.
So to us, it just sounds mental. But there was one place near us. We're in Leamington Spa. There's a place called Southam. It used to have its own little zoo. It wasn't a zoo. It was basically a farm that had all these mad animals in it, right?
Mm.
And the thing I just said about my mum and this person walking his lion to the post office, that's where that was.
Yeah.
Southam's a little small place, isn't it?
Yeah, I've heard similar stories of the place, like the guy walking bears around the streets and stuff. Like,
could you imagine just coming out of your house and there's some geezer cutting them out with a bear? Could you? Insane. Like,
yeah, it's mad.
I can't believe they used to get away with all that sort of stuff back like 50 years ago and that. Why can't we do this? Rubbish.
Because I feel like our generation wouldn't be sensible with it.
Yeah, there is a bit of
our
that.
generation, if you think like the ones that have some sort of like bull breeds, I'm not.
Oh, you mean dogs and that? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not here to say the bull breeds are bad, but some people bring them up to not be great, or they fight them still. So I think, imagine them people with a lion.
Yeah, I think to be fair, it would be like Pokemon, wouldn't it?
Mm.
You'd have your own little man, and it would just be fighting stuff, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
in the street, there's just two people battling lions.
Can you imagine it? Yeah, imagine if it was. Imagine if that rule never came into play, the Dangerous Wild Animals Act, and it was like you could still own whatever you wanted. I reckon Jeffson Gardens, just over the road, that would be like a Pokemon gym, innit? Take your animals out, or have a scrap. Do you know what I mean? There'd be like leaderboards and everything. Like, oh, what we got today? Anaconda versus Rottweiler. And it's like, go Snakey. Do you know what I mean? There'd be absolute carnage. Anyway, the Dangerous Wild Animals Act. Basically, there's a list of dangerous animals now that you can't own without a license in the UK. We do have the website. This ain't it. Have you got the other one? You get the other link up. Come on, do your job, Mrs. Producer. No, it's not that one either. Next one.
That's the only one I've got.
All right, you need the other one. Okay, so this is the actual government website. That one you just pressed. Go on it again.
Well, it's frozen, so
Right, sit.
just bear with me.
So here we go. We've got it on the screen right now. Switching over. Bosh. This here is a list of all the animals you cannot own in the UK without the Dangerous Wild Animals Act license. So you can see on here we've got New World monkeys, we've got apes, chimpanzees, all these, basically anything that can like properly harm a person. These animals are on here, right? So we've got wild cats, hybrid cats as well. Look at that. Wild dogs.
License of a fox.
Yeah,
That's surprising.
yeah.
But is this animals that you can own, you just need a license for?
Yeah, so you could have them, but so obviously, and it would differ depending on the severity of the animal, because it's same as zoos, isn't it? They've got different licenses.
I can have a badger.
Yeah, you can have a badger. Yeah, if you wanted the European badger, you know that one we were looking at in the other podcast.
Oh, yeah.
You could have a European badger, no worries. Because
That's one from the park.
can't
So
have can't have a walrus.
So you can get a honey badger?
I don't think so because they're quite savage. No. Badgers, except the otters, no. So you can have a European otter, the river otter, or you could have the European badger.
Yeah.
You can have those. You can if you wanted them, but you can't have honey badgers, no,
Alright.
or wolverine.
Why can you have a badger though, but not a fox?
I don't know. The fox is quite a weird one. I wonder
dog.
why. Yeah, the smelly dog, isn't it? You can't have a walrus, which is quite sad.
Oh, I can't have a rhino.
What would you guys have? Like, if on this list, if you could have one of these as a pet, what would you have? Jake, we'll go for you first. What would you have, mate?
Oh, there's too many to choose from.
It's difficult, isn't it? Do you know what? I think I would
Go for some like monkey probably.
Yeah,
It'd be quite fun, like a little person.
Yeah, little geezer cutting about the place. Do you know what? Stay at the top there, Rich. Go right to the top. Okay, wait there for me. Ready? I'm switching. Can you see the first one under marsupial? Can you see what's that one there? The Tasmanian what? What is it, Rich?
Devil.
Can you see what's not there?
Tiger.
The Tasmanian what?
The thylacine.
Yeah, well done, yeah. Good name, that. Well done. I'm impressed with that. Well, good job. So the thylacine's not on there. Now, I'm just saying, if it comes out of extinction,
Well, so if you go and discover one, you're going to take it home with you.
it's coming home with me.
Finders keepers.
You know how it is. It's coming with me. But I'm just saying it's not on the list. So legally, you can own a thylacine in the UK. So what would you go with? Monkey, Rachel, what would you go with? If you could own any of those animals, what would you have?
It wouldn't be a monkey because they freak me out. It would be some sort of like. I quite like the idea of a big cat.
Yeah.
Like a nice one. You know, the ones that just sort of lie there in the sun.
Caracals on that? Or?
Like a
just
maybe like a tiger or a lion.
Just a friendly tiger.
Yeah.
Oh, you see them on TikTok and that, like the jaguars and the tigers. Yeah.
With their
What is
big
it?
toes.
Tank and that. Tank the jaguar and Zion, the tiger. You seen that one?
Yeah,
the one's
I
always
think
in
I've
the
seen it,
shelter
yeah.
and that. Yeah, sick. Love that. I'd love it.
Oh, a little red panda. He's quite.
Red panda would be
Red
cool,
panda, yeah. I've worked with them. They're awesome.
Yeah. You work with them?
Yeah.
Oh, you did work at a zoo, innit?
Yeah, I worked at a zoo for got volunteered there for like a week or so.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Red pandas. Killing.
There's
Sick. Did you hold it?
kind of half under my arm.
Yeah, I love that. Love
I had like lemurs jumping off me though.
Yeah, they do that, don't
Like
they?
I was in like their little indoor bit cleaning it out, and as I was bent down, they were jumping off my back using me as a climber frame. That was fun.
Yeah, they're wicked. I love lemurs because there's a place in the Lake District called Safari Zoo. It's really improved in like the last few years. But they've got this walk-through enclosure. It's got like capybaras, prairie dogs, kangaroos, as well as the lemurs and other things, emus,
Nice.
muntjac. All of these things are in one big enclosure, right?
Yeah.
You can walk around it. It's really cool. And the lemurs, they will just climb on you. They don't care, mate. I had my camera with the, like the strap. One of them just grabbed the strap and was like, "Take me with you," just like clinging on, like, "Come with me." But yeah, I don't know what I would have. To be fair, what would I have? I'd probably go wolf. That would be on the list. I'd go for a grey wolf.
Just a big old dog.
Yeah, I want just a dog but bigger in it. Basically, that's what I would go with. Cassowary's on there, so I might have one of them as well.
I didn't realise how long this list actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, it goes on for a while.
it goes for all the Latin names. It's quite big.
Can't have any of the widow spiders.
That's a shame, isn't it?
You want one of them?
Do you actually?
No.
Oh. Right, so anyway, that's the list and what you are not allowed to have in the UK. Now, there is a list of animals you can have in the UK if you wanted to pop that up for us, Rach. So, yeah, this is just a little article because I couldn't actually find an actual specific list. So if you just scroll through it, you'll be able to see certain things that you can actually have in the UK. But I can tell you some off the bat already. Wallabies. which are really, really cute. Love a wallaby. Here we go. We've got capybaras. Go up a little bit. So this is telling you about capybaras. So if you wanted a capybara in the UK, we should get one for the garden or something.
Should we?
Yeah.
Big old guinea pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it says looks like a huge guinea pig.
What it is, isn't it?
Just get a bunch of guinea pigs and one capybara. And just got,
Could you imagine?
He's a bit big.
He's our leader.
Do they make noises like guinea pigs? Squeak.
Do they squeak? I'm not actually. I think they might. It's not. I don't think it's. I don't know actually.
I worked with them when I was at the zoo, but I can't remember what they sounded like.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but they're really cool looking things, aren't they? Like, and they're really sweet. Everyone loves a capybara, really. It's just, like you said, giant guinea pig. What's not to like?
It's like the trend, like a few months ago, or whatever.
Yeah,
like capybaras on TikTok and everything.
yeah. Oh,
It took
yeah.
off.
But have you seen them jump into water?
No, but
It's
it's
the
just weird.
funniest thing.
Semi-aquatic, isn't they?
Mate, they love it. They
Yeah.
cut about water, no problem. Look how regal that one looks there. Oh my goodness me, capybaras, mate, absolutely the best things. So what else is well good? We're not checking. So oh no, but I can tell you anyway. There are some things like wallabies. You can have marmosets there, marmoset monkey. So you could get yourself a little monkey, mate. Just a little tiddly monkey looking thing. Which would be quite good for you. Just keep scrolling down, Rich. Cut back. You can have an octopus. Flipping octopus. Is it just any octopus or what? Imagine having a little blue ring. Yeah, little blue ringed octopus.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty mental, wouldn't it? Right, keep going.
sugar glider.
Sugar glide. That was the thing I was trying to find out. You know, in the other podcast, we're talking about glistless.
Yeah.
You know what I thought?
Is that what you
this,
think?
But then I didn't think it was that animal, so I didn't say it because it seemed stupid.
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, I was thinking of sugar glider, but kept saying.
Oh my
squirrel
god!
because it's
Sorry, can I just say that I had one of these, a giant African land snail.
giant African land snail. Look, keep that. Look
A
at
real
that.
like interesting pet right there, isn't it?
That-
does a lot.
That
It was so cute.
cute.
Yeah, it was.
There's
It was
nothing
massive.
cute about it.
If
It was
you-
huge.
If you put it in your hand, it would like its slimy bit. I don't know, like its actual body. Probably was like from the tip of my fingers to about halfway up my forearm,
It was massive.
old
and then its shell was probably about the size of my hand.
Yeah.
It was called Wilbertina restia, and
What a name.
Honestly, what a name.
she was really cute. Every now and then she would go into the bath, not swimming, obviously she'd drown, but she would just like slam around the bath. She was really happy.
Yeah, it was big. I can definitely
It wasn't a
vouch for
she
that.
either because they don't have a gender, but
Right, well, it was
she
big.
to me,
Carry on to the next one. African. You can have the little African hedgehog. That would be pretty cool.
he's quite cute.
Yeah, hedgehog's got to love him. What was that one? Oh, axolotl. Yeah, sick. Really, really cool looking things that can sort of change into salamanders. Tarantula.
It's a
Ugh.
no from me.
That's a no from me as well.
Treasure.
Fennec fox. This is a yes.
Yeah,
this is a
I'd
yes
love
for me.
that.
Look at that. Oh my goodness. State of that thing.
They just don't look real though.
Honestly, that is a
It
Pokemon.
looks like some like kid's drawing.
That is a Pokemon.
Like
Isn't it a Pokemon? Isn't there the thing in Pokemon called like Fennec or something?
I don't know if it's called that, but there's one that looks like it. I think.
Yeah, there's definitely one that looks like it. I'd love a Fennec fox actually.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
And now I found out I can own one, I might go and do it. Stick insects, we've actually got some to talk about at some point in the UK. Boa constrictor. Do you want one of them, Rach?
Nope.
Yeah. What's wrong with snakes?
Yeah, what's wrong with the snakes, Rach?
No, I quite like snakes, but I wouldn't want one.
I don't know. They look pretty cool to me. So what else we got on the list? You just flick through it. Oh, is that it? That's the list done. Right, cool. We can move on. But they're the sort of things you've got in the UK that you can actually own. I did notice wallabies wasn't on that list, but it is a thing you can actually own in the UK. And I've been trying to source myself some wallabies to have in a garden.
Have you actually?
I have been trying to source it, yeah.
Why?
You know that one that I mentioned in the other podcast, the white one that died? That farm has them. So I was like, get in touch.
James, our garden's not big enough for a kangaroo.
For a wallaby, yeah, it is.
For a wallaby, it is. It's a good sized garden, and a wallaby would absolutely love it. Supplement its feed. Actually, our garden is bigger than their enclosure at Hampton. What's it called? Hatton Country Wildlife Park, or whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
but
Have they got them there?
their enclosure's appalling there.
It is.
I didn't know they had them there.
Yeah, they've got 3, and it's small. Our garden's bigger than that, and we could definitely have it.
But we've got 3 dogs.
They can learn to like each other. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It would be absolutely sound, wouldn't it? We've got no problems with it. Anyway, the next thing we've got to move on to is is a website which I actually think is really interesting. Now, this is Born Free.
Isn't there?
Have you?
Yeah.
Cool. So we got this is the Dangerous Wild Animals Act, like a map for it. It's really weird. So on this website, I'll show you. You can click onto
the 2020 survey.
Yeah, so you can click onto the county. You can select a county, which
anyone particularly?
Well, there was a little drop down arrow if you wanted to do it that way.
Okay.
So you could just try and find Warwickshire. So obviously we live in Warwickshire. This podcast is coming at you from Warwickshire.
Where is it?
And you can select an authority from there, so like a little district council. So we've got the Warwick District Council. It says there are no dangerous animals in this area.
Boring area.
Yeah, that is very boring of us. But if you just keep clicking through, Rich, you'll be able to find something.
Why no one in Warwickshire got anything excited?
Try like London or something, or Cornwall or something like that, you know? Because obviously Jacob's living in Cornwall. Let's see if... Oh, here we go. We've got something. What was that? There's some cassowaries in Cornwall. What's going on down there?
Is this also like, not farms, but like...
These are private collections, they're not zoos.
Is that also meaning like somewhere that you can go and visit?
Possibly, that is a possibility.
Maybe.
But yeah, there's a lot going on in Cornwall. Is this just pure Cornwall? Is this it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's so much.
This is the Cornwall Council,
Jesus.
and there's also the Isles of Scilly too.
So this is where you live, Jacob. Let's have a look at what we got. Some flipping snow leopard down there.
Tapirs, fossers,
Clouded leopards, 6.
Dig Dick.
Yeah. Really cool. Have you seen what they look like?
Yeah.
Really small little deer thing. Ferret badger. Fossa.
Adders.
Yeah, adders, really cool. It's a native snake, but it's venomous.
They've got honey badgers.
Yeah, but it's with the license.
With the license, yeah. A couple of honey badgers down there. Hyenas.
Jaguarundi.
What is it?
Jaguarundi.
It's like a weird cat thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Maned wolf. Ocelot lynx. Yeah, some red pandas. Jesus Christ, pumas. Mate, there's so much going on in flipping Cornwall. What? We're
really
so
bored
boring.
down there. So we got to bring in those cool animals.
Yellow-throated marten are wicked. Wolverine, that's wicked. Sun bears as well, that's dangerous.
So this is why you live in Cornwall.
Yeah, that is mad. Like, people down in Cornwall built different, obviously. Flipping heck. Mate, you should try and find some of these. But Rach, can you just go to the top of it and just see, because it gives you the list on this paragraph here. It's private addresses across these authorities and whatever. So 210 private addresses. Now, I believe that means people's houses as well as private sort of collections and zoos and stuff.
I'd assume so.
So, yeah, it's pretty wild. But like, if you guys are watching this or listening to this right now, go over to the Born Free website, DWA map. You can have a look at your local area, see if there's anything weird cutting about in your local area. And if there is, let us know in the comment section down below.
Yeah. Want
to know what the weirdest thing in the UK is. But that Cornwall's popping off, mate.
Yeah, we got it all.
Oxford, we've got 7 lions, 7 tigers, 5 wolves, and 5 zebras.
Someone's building Africa.
Oh, they've actually got.
They've actually got loads. Okay, they're not just building Africa. They've got a lot going on.
Building the world.
Yeah.
Just in Oxford.
Yeah, that's so weird, 'cause that's quite close to us as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Liger?
That's pretty cool. 2 ligers.
Yeah.
Is that a lion tiger?
Yeah.
Yeah, well done, yeah. Lion
Massive
tigers.
things.
Yeah, big, giant things. Not very good for the world, but like, it's pretty crazy that they're just cutting about in West Oxfordshire. But yeah, guys, if you want to go have a look at that, let us know what's weird in your area. That'd be really cool to find out. So anyway, that's the Dangerous Wild Animals Act. And you can obviously see it. You have to have a license for it, and we'll get on to why that's important in a minute. But before that, Rach, what time is it? What time is it?
Time.
It's time to guess the animal.
Oh, yeah.
That's a new jingle for it. Yeah, we're smashing it.
Yeah.
These kids. Right, we've got to flick through this quick, Rich. So if you want to get your...
I'm just going to start off by saying that I picked this sound when I was pretty much asleep a while ago now. So if it's no good, don't come for me.
Right, okay.
Okay.
That fills me with hope. And yeah, go on then. Let's just see what you get and see what you can come up with. And hopefully it's sort of decent.
Hey, Brosters, thank you for being loyal subscribers. We appreciate everything that you do. And now we have a membership offer for you.
I think you can get ad-free episodes, I heard.
That's pretty big.
Ad-free's big, but you can also get your comments looked at so we don't have to sift through the millions.
How do you do that?
There.
Is there some sort of badge system?
There's a badge system, a loyalty badge. Boom. Shows up next to your name in the comments. Boom. We read the comment.
All this badge talks make I'm going to the badge store.
He's going to
You're
get
a
a badge.
badger.
He's gonna buy one. Didn't earn it. He's gonna buy one.
He did a fake leave.
I assumed Kyle would know to cut
Embarrassing.
on the motion.
All right, let's cut now. That's our ad.
What was that?
Oh my God, was it a good sound?
Can you play that again?
Well, I don't know what it was.
I'm stumped, to be honest, mate.
Oh yeah, same.
Right, okay. So we're going to try a little bit of a new format.
Mm-hmm.
We get one guess each, and then you add a clue if we get it wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That all right? Okay.
Yeah.
Have you got a guess? Because that's hard. I'm struggling with that. It doesn't sound like a bird to me, right? It sounds like a mammal, and yeah. Go on.
yeah.
You want to go for it first, or shall I go for it first?
I'll just go for a kind of random sounding one, but like hedgehog.
Is it a hedgehog? Yes or no?
Fuming.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a great shout. Well done. That is actually mental. You got that straight away. I was thinking badger. Because obviously we talked about badgers in episode 1. I thought you were trying to be clever, but you blocked that
smashed it.
straight away. Literally, first one, bang, hedgehog, smashed
go.
it, mate. Well done. That's really impressive. It's good. I mean, Rach, it was a good sound because we struggled with it, but it's a sniffing animal, isn't it?
No, they make loud noises.
Yeah. So I was
I
thinking.
get them in the garden all the time doing that. So you know.
Yeah. So it was.
I hear it.
But it's one of them where it's like, hang on, it's not a bird. Do you know what I mean? What sort of bird's going to make that sound? So it narrows it down quite a lot. But I was thinking badger, so great effort with that one, mate. Smashed it, honestly.
Finally got one right.
Rach, I actually thought it was quite good.
No, yeah, it was
quite
good sound. That was a good sound.
He's proper pulled it out of the bag there, 40 yards out.
Yeah, I
Screamer.
beat him on the first round there. So.
You did.
Well, yeah.
So have we all got one each now? Is that? Have we all just got?
I think so. Yeah, we've each got one.
Well done, everybody. We're
We
actually.
got to start a scoreboard.
Yeah, we should probably. So it's 1-1-1. Well
Yeah.
done. Right, good. So we've done that. Smashed that out of the way. Got that sorted with. Now we could talk about big cats in the UK.
Yay.
Are there Black Panthers knocking about the UK? Anybody?
No.
No?
Potentially.
Potentially.
Oh,
Oh,
controversial.
right. So big cats in the UK, as we've spoken about the Dangerous Wild Animals Act, big cats in the UK are. It's been a rumour for a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, quite a while.
It's been a rumour for a long time, way before the Dangerous Animals Act and way after. So the Dangerous Animals Act came in 1976, and it's thought, the theory goes, at that point, people couldn't pay for the licenses, other things may have happened, so people released their animals into the wilds of the UK, and obviously that could have been leopards, pumas, lynx, all of these sort of things.
Yep.
And sightings sort of became hotter and hotter around that period between 1976 and maybe 2000 and stuff, right?
Which they're definitely knocking around, like around that time.
I would 100% agree with that statement, right? And to back that up, there are actually a few cases in Scotland, or maybe somewhere else as well, where a puma, I think she's called Felicity, the puma, was shot or something in like the 1980s. So that would heavily back up the idea that around 1976 people just chucked their animals out into the wild to just say get on with life. And obviously a puma could live in this country. Everything's right for it. The only thing that's not right is the space. We've
Too many
talked.
people, yeah.
There's way too many people. These things get about. Someone would have seen it if it was alive today, right?
Yeah.
So there's obviously that sort of thing. But to say that this hasn't happened across a few things would be wrong, because it's definitely happened before. But we're talking like one singular animal at a time, never like a breeding population, which some people that we've encountered, Rich, would say there have been, or there are, breeding populations of wild big cats in the UK. Now, Rachel, I, a few years ago, was looking into this topic, big cats in the UK,
Yeah.
and I got you involved, didn't I?
She forced me to get involved, yeah.
What happened?
So we went to, I can't remember where it was, somewhere really random, into this small village, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And went into basically a church hall into this big cat conversation. And
Sounds fun.
I've never experienced anything quite like it.
Yeah, go on.
It was just odd. I feel like everyone there was very believing in the fact that there was big cats in the UK.
By the way, about 100 people in this room.
Oh yeah, it was busy.
Oh,
It was busy.
busy.
Crowd then.
Busy, yeah.
It
Like,
was a ticketed whole
ticketed event.
Damn.
So I had to buy myself 2 tickets, one for me, one for Rachel. It was about 80 miles away in the Forest of Dean on like a Thursday night or something,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was ran by Rick Minter, who does a podcast, Big Cat Conversations,
Yeah.
and his sidekick, Frank Tunbridge. What do you make of Frank, Rich?
Is he the one that made the noises?
Yeah, so Frank, in all credit to him, Frank did some very good impressions of animal noises.
Yeah.
He did that leopard one, didn't he?
Yeah.
But he would just randomly start doing it. So
Why
he'd
not?
be like, "This is what a leopard sounds like," and start going, start like coughing, doing that coughing sort of noise.
Yeah, for somebody who wasn't interested to be there, he made it quite entertaining.
Yeah.
I don't think he was supposed to be, but he was.
He was quite. He was, yeah.
And his noises, I'd give him a good 7 out of 10.
They were really quite impressive. I was like, you have been studying this quite well to make these sort of noises. Maybe it's him out in the woods just making the noises.
Maybe.
He's just doing what I did with you in the live stream.
Yeah, but he's
He's
actually
like
doing a
hiding
really
in the
good noise.
bushes, and he's just making like leopard noises.
To be fair, he did a really good impression. But go on, carry on with the story.
It was just odd because I feel like if you said anything that made it sound as if you didn't believe there were animals there, I think they would have actually come for you, like pitchforks and all.
Yeah,
It was to me, it felt very cultish,
yeah,
and it was, we all believe in big cats. That's the end of.
yeah.
And it was people's sort of experiences on big cats and the things that they've seen. It was just a bit bizarre.
Yeah, it was strange. I can't lie. And
Get free tea and biscuits though.
free tea and biscuits.
That's
yeah,
worth it then.
yeah, definitely. Oh, mate, that was definitely worth the trip. I spoke to a few people down there because obviously I wanted to interview people and stuff.
Yeah.
nobody took up my option of an interview.
Yeah, literally nobody wanted to talk to you. There
nobody.
was one person that did recognise you though,
Yeah,
and
there was.
was very keen to talk to you.
Yeah, until I said, "Can I use your footage
Oh yeah.
to talk about it?" And then he was like, "No." He was like really keen to start with, and then he was like, "No." And it wasn't a big cat, but I wanted to sort of like talk about it anyway. It was just a bit of a weird time, right? I don't know if that still happens now because we haven't done this sort of stuff in a while. But in terms of actual like sightings and stuff in the UK, big cats,
Yeah.
there are sightings pretty much every week.
Every day.
Yeah, always make the paper.
Loads of them.
Yeah, they're always in the paper. People saying, "Oh my God, it's the big cat of Bolton." Do you know what I mean? Or like, "Oh, the puma of Perranporth." Do you know what I'm saying? It's like there is stuff all the time. The big ones we've got in this country are the Exmoor beast, the beast of Bodmin, the fen tiger,
Yeah.
amongst others as well. But there are a couple of sightings. Rach, can you try and drag these up for me? Starting from Stratford Big Cat, because this is near us, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about this one because if there was going to be the best proof in the UK, for me, it would be this one.
Really? Or are you being sarcastic here?
I'm not being sarcastic. So this would be the best.
Yeah.
The only problem is it's not a big cat, and I'll show you why.
Also at Stratford.
Yeah.
There's not really any space there for a big cat.
No, right. So that's just
That is
not.
quite clearly a big cat.
Yes. That is yeah, we can't see it. Rachel's gone off it. But no, it's on the running order. If you just want to grab it on there, Rich.
Oh right.
Yeah. Come on, producer. Come on.
Sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry. So there we go. You got it there. Stratford Big Cat right in the middle. Beautiful. So this big cat thing. I don't know when it happened, like 2016 or something like that. So we can show you a little bit of footage, but I'll have to show you.
I mean, it's only 5 seconds.
Yeah. Go on. You ready? Bosh. So this is it. Walks around the corner. Gone. That's it. Big cat. Right. So, but if you can you stop it on a bit of a? Can you just stop it there, Rich? Okay, that would do. Beautiful. Right. Can we see this? Lovely.
It's a lion.
That is. Now, Rachel, when you look at that, what do you think it is?
Cat.
Just a cat.
Just a little house cat looking for its mice.
Now, I can definitely understand people looking at that who've never seen a big cat in this country and thinking, "Oh my God, that's a flipping leopard."
I mean, colours, like, it has the patterns.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Now, what else has that sort of like? Okay, so stop it on a good bit there, Rich. Look at that. That it looks muscular, doesn't it? Now,
Yeah.
I've been to that exact location where that cat is walking, and I can tell you right now, it's not a big cat. And this footage is being recorded from about 200 meters away. Now, with cameras, if you record something from a real big distance, whatever is in that focal point at that point makes it look massive.
Mono, yeah.
Everything. It doesn't matter what it is, it'll look massive. And this cat here is a Bengal cat. And a Bengal cat
Well,
It's
they're
just
quite big anyway, Bengals.
they can be, but they're not. They're not overly. But the thing with a Bengal cat is they've got like rosettes on their body.
Yeah, they've
right?
got the panning of a leopard or jaguar.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you can definitely understand from a view like that,
Yeah.
as far away as it is, people can be like, is that?
But I feel like the person who's put this out knows it's not a big cat, but knows that it looks like one, so therefore wants the like attention from it. Because if you're looking at that from 200 meters away, you're not thinking, yeah, that's a big cat.
You might be. No, because we spoke about this, how people's like knowledge in the UK is shocking for
well,
wildlife.
no, it is. Yeah.
Someone could see that and think that's massive. I would say, like, I think it's the rosettes. That's what, for that anyway, is why people would be like, Jesus Christ, look at
Yeah,
that.
but look at it compared to the grass and stuff.
Yeah, it's small. And obviously I've been there, it's small. It's a small sort of...
Because you're not going to think it's just a baby leopard, are you? Like, you're not going to... I don't know. Do people?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yes, they do, Rich. This is often cited as the best footage for big cats being in the UK. People say that's like unarguable, unequivocal, unmistakably a leopard in the UK. Usually, though, they're black cats. Or
Always is.
yeah,
Literally every sighting is,
yeah,
seen a black pen.
a black
Black
panther.
panther,
Yeah, size of a Labrador. But as we can tell from that one, that is a Bengal cat. We've been there, we've debunked it. I did it for a YouTube video, sort of. I just went to the site. I was like, no, it ain't, because I've done a few before. So there was another one in Worcester called the Powick Puma. Right? Can you go on the running order and pop that up for us, please, Rach?
Yeah.
Now this one was allegedly a puma knocking about a graveyard in Worcester.
Just got an advert.
Right, yeah, go on, just play the advert, it's fine, don't worry. So this is pretty... So I went to this one as well.
Right.
So I did full research with this one. I took a measuring tape. I took a dog. Took your dog, right?
Right there.
Yeah, I went
Yeah.
fully into it for this one. Mate, I measured it out and everything. Got the right distance away. And I went and debunked it. But anyway, this is the Worcester Powick Puma. If you want to press play on that one. That is it. Walking behind the gravestones. Pause it when it gets to the gravestones, please, Rach. There you go. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
There we go. We got it. So that right there is cited as a puma. Now,
Makes sense.
yeah, definitely does. What I will say about that is that puma animal is tiny.
Yeah.
The gravestones were, I think, 3 feet tall. So,
Change colour.
what puma do you know is 12 inches tall that isn't a baby? There isn't many.
Pygmy puma.
Yeah, pygmy puma. Oh, could you imagine? That'd be
That'd be-
sick,
yeah.
wouldn't it? So anyway, went to this location. I've got a video on my channel, but went to this location, and right next to that gravestone, we measured it, 36 inches tall, right? So 3 feet. We put a dog next to it, Jemima, Jemima the black dog, who often gets mistaken for a black panther. And she measured half of this gravestone right here, which would go to show you that it is not a big cat.
Jemima's not big.
Jemima's 22 inches. I measured her. She's 22 inches off the ground. She stands 22 inches at the shoulder. A puma, I did a comparison to this on here. A puma would be the same height as the gravestone, 36 inches.
That's quite tall, that
Something like
pretty
that.
big.
They're massive. And I overlaid one in my video to sort of show how big a puma would be against that sort of stuff. Because what was measured there was a house cat. So we measured it against the stones, and it was like 12 inches, which is a standard house
Wow,
cat
yeah.
size at the shoulder. The dog was 22, made it look tiny, and then you put the puma next to it, and you think, Jesus Christ, what is that? And yeah, there's another one debunked. That's not in the UK. But I wanted to like go for it because there's like sightings all over, right? Sightings everywhere in the country,
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
it? And they're always
Literally
usually a black
everywhere.
cat everywhere. But I don't understand why. Don't understand why it's still a thing. Because I was at that BBC event the other day. I can confirm to you they didn't record a black cat. Didn't record a black panther.
How do you know? You haven't seen all the episodes. Episode
That is
2,
true.
Black Panthers
That
in
is
the
true.
UK.
Yeah, that's it. Big Cats in Britain is going to be episode 2.
Yeah.
Right.
I know, like, we've got a lot of countryside, but I feel like our country is very small and there's a lot of people in it. I feel like if there was some sort of big cat, somebody would have seen multiple of them, and also technology is pretty all right at the minute.
Yeah.
Like, somebody would have had a good evidence, like photo, video evidence of it,
Yeah.
rather than this mega blurry cat behind a gravestone.
We were in Scotland in the Cairngorms National Park, quite a remote region of the world, and I was saying this to you at the time, wasn't I, about how you could be in the most remote parts of the UK, someone will be there walking their dog.
Well, yeah, we were in a remote area of the Cairngorms as well.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of nowhere, and we bumped into so many people still.
Yeah, pure snow everywhere, and it was like quite hard to walk through, wasn't it? 'Cause we were looking for Capercaillie, Pine Martin, or whatever, and you just could not like believe how many people were there. And it's like a remote part of the world. There shouldn't be that many people there.
Yeah.
But in the UK, there's people everywhere. Wild land does not exist in the UK. There is no place that you will go to that is thinking like the Australian outback or like the Pacific Northwest in America or something, or like Alaska. Do you know what I mean? There is nowhere in the UK that is like that at all.
But yeah, because there's people always walking like across the Lake District, the Peak District,
Yeah.
the Forest of Dean. There's always people out walking or hiking, running, whatever, walking their dog. So I feel like there is enough people to be out walking to see actual big cat.
Yeah, 'cause
No, yeah.
it will get sighted, and they do, right? Because there was one case in Dartmoor Zoo a few years ago now. A lynx escaped, and like lynx are very secretive animals, right? This lynx escaped. It was out for 3 weeks. It was killing a load of sheep, so it was leaving evidence, and then they trapped it, caught it 3 weeks later. So it was out for a good amount of time,
Yeah.
and obviously it's hard to find, but ultimately they could find it. So if something is there, they're gonna find it.
Yeah, well, like you just said about this, like it killing sheep. There is so many sheep and cows in the UK that some of them would have been nobbled if they're out there.
Talking about sheep and cows rage, can you bring up the Staffordshire big cat for me, please? This happened last year by a couple of young lads in the Staffordshire Peak District sort of area, and they were walking about. So they were walking about. Honestly, it's pretty crazy. So on the screen right there is showing how many sightings are in from certain locations. Can you just try and find a picture for me, please, Rich? That would do. Perfect. Right there. Okay. Can we see that on the screen? Lovely. Can we see what that is, Jacob? What is that, mate?
It's a Black Panther, obviously.
That is a black panther right in the middle of this field. So Josh Williams claimed the animal looked like a big cat eating a dead sheep.
Where was it?
But from that photo, though, to me, it looks like a bin bag.
Looks like a bin bag. Right.
Where's the sheep? Like,
Yeah, well, I don't know where the sheep is. Can we see it, though? Definitely, yeah. Look right in the centre of that thing. What's it got? What are the white bits on either side of his head?
Honest to God, I can't see that that's a cat.
It's a cow. That thing's a cow with horns.
It's like kind of bent over.
It's licking itself, and you can see it. We're not going to play the video.
No, so
you can
it's
see the
legs.
video. Yeah, it's got legs to one side. It's giving itself a lick with its horns.
All right.
In a sort of zoomed out photo, there are cows in the field with it, and it's like, why would they just be chilling if a flipping black panther was in that sort of location with it?
So mates.
Yeah, of course.
They're besties.
Of course, they just
Yeah.
jump on each other's backs and have rides around everywhere.
Yeah.
Crazy. So this happened last year, and it was just one of them things where I thought I've got to talk about this because this is nonsense once again. And you can usually tell that looks like I can't tell what that is. Is that a boar?
It says it's, I believe it shows torso of a mountain lion or puma.
I don't think so. That didn't look like one to me.
And there's
So we've actually got a few coming up here. Right. No, I don't think so. Anyway, so that one from last year in Staffordshire was a cow, and it was almost embarrassing because the zoomed out footage was in a field that had cows in it, and it was like they're lying down looking pretty chill.
Yeah, but it's an easy way of getting media attention,
The media
getting
loves
fame and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. The media loves it, and the media will pay you for stories in this country. So if you say you've got footage of a big cat, they'll syndicate your footage or whatever, and they'll split the profits 50-50 with you. So if they can sell it to the Daily Mail or the Sun or the Star, which is usually what picks it up, because it's trash, they will pay you, generally.
I'm going to go out and start filming big cats.
Honestly, I might just start filming a pheasant from a mile away and send that
I'm going to make my millions filming like black sheep or something.
I wonder if you could make an actual job out of just waffling that these are big cats in the UK.
Easily.
Easily.
the big cat community, though. That is something else.
There it is.
I have never experienced people like it.
You're talking about the Facebook groups and stuff, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, mental. Off their rocker. The people in charge of the Facebook groups as well. Oh my God, mental.
No, I've had somebody like, I did a big cat video as well, and I straight away got a message from a guy in Lem. He was like, oh yeah, down at Newbold Common, we've got like 3 pumas and a lion and stuff. It's like, no, we don't.
No, we don't.
What's up?
Newbold Common's where we are, like about a mile away from now.
Yeah.
It's tiny. We're there all the time, filming stuff. There's Munjak there all the time. Munjak wouldn't be there as happy as they are.
There are so many people that go to Newbold.
Honestly,
Yeah, it's
like,
full of people.
Literally dog walkers paradise.
I do a series of like putting camera traps in the woods. I've always got dogs on my camera traps,
Yeah,
always
same.
eating my food. It's an absolute nightmare because all times of the day as well. There's people walking their dogs at night down there, and it's like, it's just you just don't have these animals that are claimed to be down there. No, there's one guy in Leamington, I think, who talks about it. I know who you're talking about. He talks about like pumas walking down the train tracks and stuff. And I'm like, no, there just isn't. It's so weird, and I don't know why this still persists, because I think ultimately in my head they're not here. The odd one can come out, right? Like someone's private pet or like collection or
escaped.
It can escape. Like I said about the zoo one, it can escape, but ultimately it'll get found again straight away.
Yeah.
Or within 3 weeks. But like lynx are very sort of solitary, secluded animals anyway, so it's quite hard to find a lynx anyway.
Yeah.
But ultimately, again, they found it. Now, I'm not saying that can't happen. It obviously can happen. What I'm saying is there's not a population, as claimed to be by certain experts of big cats in the field. Experts, yeah, we've got to say experts, because there is other people we could talk about that we're not going to, because it's a bit strange. But we'll maybe do that another day. But I think we're just going to cover it there. Really, should we just say big cats not in the UK? Yeah, are you happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jake?
Yeah, I think there could be one.
There could
Like
be.
one or two that have escaped, but there is not breeding populations.
There's not leopards,
definitely not
leopards, not jaguars, and there is potential for pumas and definitely potential for lynx.
A couple lions.
I feel like if they're going to be, I feel like if they're going to be anywhere, they're probably going to be in Scotland. Just because I feel like there's less people up there, and it's a bit more like remote up there, isn't it? Like some places. Obviously.
It's a bit more remote up there, but ultimately, again, there's no wild space really, is there? Unless you're talking the top of the Cairngorm Mountain, which again is frequented by people all the time. There's just someone there all the time. There's people everywhere. It's grouse moors everywhere. They get looked after all the time. It's just
too many people.
But that would be the place.
Get rid of them.
Like, there is no other place in the UK where you could get away with that. There just isn't. It's too small.
Yeah.
It's way too small. So, conclusion? What were you saying?
No populations.
No.
Go with.
No.
No. And for me, no. Now, around 1976, when the Dangerous Wild Animals Act came into play, I would say, yeah.
They're definitely around then.
And that could have lasted for a decade or two. Absolutely. But now, absolutely no chance. Big cats are not in the UK. It's an interesting phenomenon, and it obviously captures people's imagination, but it's just not here.
It's the same as like Bigfoot and like all those cryptids.
Same
Just
thing.
the same thing where you want to believe.
Yeah, but ultimately it's not. And maybe in the next 10 years we will see lynx back in the country, and we'll actually officially have a bigger cat. That would be wicked. That'd be amazing. But right now it's not a thing. Shame, but oh well. Anyway, that's going to do it for this podcast. Jacob, what are you doing? What are we going to hear from you next week?
I'm off to Madeira, literally tomorrow as well. They're filming this. So
Madeira in Portugal. What are you going to do there?
hoping to climb a mountain, but looking like the weather's pretty shocking.
Ah, dear.
That's going to be fun, but you know.
Yeah.
Well.
So, any wildlife on the horizons for you, or?
Probably not when I'm there, but they do have some cool stuff.
Yeah, what they got?
They have Mediterranean monk seals.
Very rare.
There's only about 500 of them left in the world.
Oh, well, that's not a lot.
That is not a lot at all. That would be pretty cool if you see that, isn't it?
Yeah, if one just like
Pops up
pops
says
up on
hello.
the beach, says hi.
Take
I'll
photo
take
of
that,
it.
you know, but
Yeah, that'd be great. No, it'd be good to hear about that next week. Also, next week we're going to be talking about great white sharks. Are they in the UK? Officially, never been sighted. Go on, do the sound. Officially, we'll go out with the sound. Officially, never been sighted in the UK. But could they be in the UK? Could there be enough for them to be here? Are they here but unsighted?
who knows?
We'll find out. We'll do a deep dive in the next episode of the Animal Anomalies podcast. Anyway, Rachel, thank you for turning up late and being a part of this today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no worries. Jacob, thank you once again. Enjoy Portugal.
Will do.
And I will see you as well in the next one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of that sort of fun stuff. And we'll see you again.
Dee, 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 dee.
See you there, guys.